Brother, good morning. It's Thursday. It's good to be with you. Where shall I start? I'm tired. Not that tiredness from a lack of sleep, but that tiredness from working hard. And it's a good tiredness because everything that I've been doing in the last few weeks has been exciting and energising and just the sort of stuff I love to do. But it does come at a cost, and it's time to take a rest. I've got next week off, and a few days next week and a few days the week after, sprinkled around some things that were completely beyond my control and prevented me taking a good chunk of proper summer holiday. But anyway, that's by the by. The point of telling you all of that is to say that just 5 minutes is going to take a break. This is for Thursday, and I'm going to take a full fortnight's break from recording these little 5 minutes, and we'll be back. I can't remember what the date is now. Let's work it out. The 3rd, 4th, 5th, the 6th of September, Monday the 6th of September. So yes, I just needed to tell you that. I looked up about taking a Sabbath and resting and to see what the Bible might tell us. And it was really interesting, actually. We all know about the Sabbath and that being the rest day. It's part of the creation story, isn't it? But I hadn't realised how many times, I lost count, there were that many, that the importance of taking a Sabbath, a proper rest day, was mentioned in the Bible. Littered throughout the Old Testament and then crops up again and again in the New Testament. Which kind of got me thinking, are you good at taking a Sabbath? Do you take a rest day? We're not really talking about Sunday so much as a rest day. Could be any day of the week. And I realised that although I do take Friday as my rest day, and you lot are just brilliant, the perfect people in the way that you honour and respect that day. Very rarely do I have anybody contact me about routine stuff. Don't mind if it's a pastoral emergency. You must always contact me, whatever day it is, day or night. But yeah, my rest day. Do you know what I do on my rest day? I do things like the washing, and I tidy up, and I get the car sorted. And in fact, I've got holiday next week. I'm going to the dentist. I hate the dentist. So there's not much of a holiday, is it? I'm going to work really hard next week at resting well. We should put as much energy into the way that we rest and recharge as we do work. We're told about that in the Bible. It's the old adage, isn't it, of work hard, play hard, rest hard. So do you rest well? Do you actually stop sometimes? And I know that's a really easy question to ask and really hard to answer, because the moment we sit down in our own surroundings, we invariably see something that needs doing, and that can break into the rest, can't it, and disrupt it and disappoint us with it. So how do you take a rest, a real rest? Do you take a real rest? So that's my challenge and that's my query, because I can't tell you how many times God tells us throughout the Bible the importance of taking a rest, a proper step down, step away. There's a reason that the old Jewish Sabbath was so strict. It's because people were working so hard, and we need that time to recharge and rebalance and reconnect. Have a think about it. What do you need to do to make rest work better for you? Even if it's just an hour, that means you sit somewhere different and are not keeping in eye the pile of ironing or the weeding in the garden or some other thing that needs doing that feels like it's your responsibility. Rest and recharge. There's a lovely bit that we have in our liturgy. It's always at the very end of the service as the precursor to the blessing, and it was one of the passages that I came across in looking for the bits and bobs around the Sabbath, and it's a little piece from Philippians chapter 4 verse 7. You'll recognise this. The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Isn't that lovely? The peace of God. But we need to make room for that peace, don't we? And I often talk about pausing and listening and resting in God. But this is a much more practical rest, a much more practical regaining of energy and all that makes us good for the things that we enjoy doing. There, that's all I'm going to say today. Forgive me my 2-week break from this, but I will come back recharged and refreshed and looking forward to it. And you will see me about over the next couple of weeks, because there are a couple of days where I will be in the loop doing what I'm doing, and you can always contact me if you need to. Tell me how you rest and recharge. Tell me what you do to make a Sabbath really beneficial. I'd love to hear from you. Have a good day today. Lots of love and God bless. Bye bye.